the effort it takes for you to do anything over here, any sort of change, is a lot greater, I'll put a big arrow, than it would here. Hi ladies, Jason Craig here, Craig's Fitness, and welcome back to another of our whiteboard videos, whiteboard tutorials. So today we've got a pretty interesting topic. I decided to title it 4 Stages of Womanhood. And then you're going to see how this actually ties into your weight loss, your weight management, and of course your hormonal balance. So let me break it down, and I've just focused in on these 4 parts. There are some outside here and over there, but these are the key parts right here. This is where all the action happens, right? So the first level, let's just call it level 1 or 4 stage 1, is that 20 to 30. The second stage, 31 to 40. The third stage, 41 to 50. And the fourth stage, 51 to 60. So let's see what happens here. Now this 21 to 30, you know, you're just coming out of puberty. You're now entering early adulthood. This is where your body is firing like a Ferrari. So this is where you could pretty much get off with most things. If you eat bad, if you hardly exercise, it probably won't show up so much at this level, right? It's again where your body is going to that final stages of growth as well and development. So system is running like a Ferrari over here. Now the 31 to 40, this is where most women start to settle down, where they have children. They would have probably in a full-time job by now. And this is where, let me put the 2 red dots now, 2 pluses, a little bit of the lifetime stress or life's stress start piling up. It is also where, especially after pregnancy, your body now begins to change. Things that you could have gotten off with over here, you probably won't get off with them in this stage, right? In stage number 2. Then comes the stage. So if you want to put it this way, this is like preparation for motherhood, and getting ready to leave motherhood right over here. So this is a stage where all the action happens now. This is where we enter into, or we're prepared to go into menopause. The body is shutting down from the reproductive functions, and everything is starting to slow down. Our metabolism is slowing down. Our hormones are becoming more and more imbalanced, and midlife crisis also steps in at this stage. Now this stage here, 50 to 50 or 51 to 60, is where most things will have been set in stone or close to being. And what do you mean? If, for example, at the 41 to 50, you discover that you develop diabetes or high blood pressure or high cholesterol, and nothing was done here, then more than likely it's going to be concrete over here. This is also the stage where a lot of those senior problems start emerging. You're also going to find weight loss to be a little bit difficult over here. Now, the question I always get is, Jason, why do you always say you help women over 40? Well, here's my logic for it, right? At this stage of a woman's life, her body pretty much can work for her. Also at this stage, health is not a big issue because, as I said, this is the glamour stage. This is where all of the excitement in life happens, 20 to 30. At 31 to 40, they're now coming into that transition stage, having kids, starting a family, etc. On their own, most ladies could recover here, right? They could get their weight back in check. They could start, if certain problems start emerging, they could help themselves and they could fix it. Now this stage here is what I like to call the final bridge. This 40 plus, especially that 40 to 50 mark, most of the problems you have as a woman. So if you are still struggling with weight gain here, if you are struggling with high blood pressure, if you're struggling with high cholesterol, this here is the final stage where you have a chance to reverse it. And here's why I say you have a chance, right? It's not that you can't reverse it here, but at this stage, your hormones or your hormonal profile starts changing as a result. So let's go through the hormonal profile. Let's go through the testosterone. Women has a little bit of testosterone, estrogen and progesterone. Now, when estrogen and progesterone start changing, it will also affect your mood. It will also affect your drive. It will also affect the way your body stores fat and where it stores fat. It also affects your metabolism. Now, what does all this mean? Even though it is being affected, you still have enough to initiate change. Meaning, if you want to, let's for example, go on a weight loss journey, because you're still transiting here, or you're still going through that transition, you still have enough in you from a physiological, from a mental point of view to initiate that change. Most of the problems won't become concrete yet. However, if you don't, when you step into 50 with high blood pressure, with high cholesterol, with joint issues, because from your overweight, you're going to start developing joint issues, joint pain, lower back pain, ankle pains. It's really hard over here to start implementing something like walking, simple, dietary changes. And here's why. Not because you can't, not because you don't have the ability to, but remember these hormones, like for example, men have a hormone called testosterone. That is what gives us our drive. Right? That is our fight. That's our action hormone. When testosterone levels are high, you feel invincible. For women, it is estrogen. When that estrogen progesterone balance is right, like it was over here and also in puberty, you feel like your self-esteem is up, your motivation is up, and you feel, if you want to put lack of a better word, invincible. At this stage, these hormonal imbalances start to shift and go really out of whack. So even if you want to, you will not feel like it. You will always be depressed. On top of the physiological issues like lower back pain, joint damage, osteoporosis stepping in, you are now limited from an emotional point of view. So if at this stage, at 41 to 50, you do not actively take some sort of step towards improving your health, whether it is to reverse your weight, whether it is to reverse diabetes, your high blood pressure, these things, when you get here, these will be getting set in stone. So the effort it takes for you to do anything over here, any sort of change, is a lot greater, I'll put a big arrow, than it would here. And of course here, it's a lot less greater. And as you can see, all the arrows are getting smaller. But this here, when you go through that, let me just put a line here. Menopause. Why do I feel like I spelled that word wrong? Right, menopause. Everything changes. Things start to go downhill. So that is why I always call this part the final bridge. Fix your stuff here, preferably before menopause, but at least before you enter into that next stage. So that is why I spend all of my effort helping ladies between here. These here, it's not that I wouldn't help them. Of course, if it came to me, I'll help them. But these need the most help. Because on top of that, apart from the hormonal changes, most of my clients are mothers and wives. And these spend their entire life taking care of everyone else at the expense of their health. And most of these health problems start to show up here. By that time, everyone who they have taken care of is big and grown up, and now they have to go and try fighting up to take care of themselves. So that's why we at craigsfitness.com, shameless plug, we help these ladies to get back on track, and we do it at their level. So nothing strenuous, nothing too overwhelming. Everything is gradual, but every step leads you to a permanent transformation. So we have ladies like, for example, like Hadassah. Hadassah is in her 50s. Hadassah has lost over 80 pounds. We've got Angela, she's down 35 pounds. We've got Jennifer, she's down, I believe it's 30 plus pounds. And this is permanent weight loss. right? And these, we didn't have them doing any crazy thing like counting diet calories or anything like that. It was that we caught them in this bridge, implemented these systems that we have developed here at Craig's Fitness and also in Mind Front Body, and they were now able to change while they were in this transition period. So now as they go through 50 to 60, they are enjoying life. They're off, some of them are off blood pressure medicines. Some of them are fitting back into dresses from their 30s. So that is why we focus so much here. This is the last transition period. And if you are a lady in this period, I encourage you to take serious stock on your health, because after this, it's a nightmare. So that's the end of this series. Hope you enjoyed this whiteboard series. If you want more information, even if you need help taking care of this area here, I'll leave our information in the comments below. Give us a call. One of our consultants will speak with you and we can actually help you to get your health back on track. So Jason Craig, Craig's Fitness, hope you enjoyed this whiteboard tutorial. And until our next one, have yourselves a lovely day.